I need like a soundproof room so I can get these videos done. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and today is going to be all about highlighters. I dug into my collection and kind of picked out more of my top favorite highlighters at the moment. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer before I get started. Some of the highlighters that you guys would think will be in this video are actually not. Some of them I realized that they are limited edition, so I just went ahead and decided not to do that. I feel that it's so fair to show you guys things that are limited edition and you can't even get your hands on them, so I opted out of those. A couple of other ones, like popular ones from MAC, I could not find right now. I have no idea where they are, so I just pulled everything out that I am currently using, that I'm currently loving. Some are your traditional highlighters, some are not. So if you guys are interested to see what my top highlighters are, stay tuned. Okay, so I've got a small selection of highlighters. I didn't want to go crazy, didn't want to make this video like 20 minutes long, so we're gonna go ahead and jump. And the first highlighters, which should not be a surprise, obviously, are the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Breaks. I've talked about these probably in my last 3 or 4 videos, and there is a reason why I am absolutely in love with these. The colors that I have right now are Pink Quarks and Bronze. They are absolutely amazing and probably one of the best highlighters that I've ever used. If you guys are not familiar with the Shimmer Breaks, definitely go to Sephora.com and check them out, but they are just absolutely gorgeous colors. So I also wanted to include a drugstore product, and the drugstore product that I chose that I feel is probably a really nice highlighter are the Hard Candy So Baked highlighters. I currently have the color Heat Wave. Another one that's really popular by them is called Tiki. Tiki, I think, is a little too light for my skin tone, but I think if you're kind of medium to tan to even fair to light, you might be able to get away with it. So this particular not bronzer, it's actually, they consider it a bronzer, but it's not a bronzer, but this particular highlighter gives you kind of just a nice subtle glow. So if you're a person who's a little afraid of kind of that dewy look, but you want to look a little highlighted, this might be a great way to start. Another highlighter that is probably really popular are the luminizers from The Balm. I have the Mary Luminizer and Cindy Luminizer. So Mary Luminizer is just probably the most universal highlighter. Anyone can use this. It's a really pretty vanilla champagne-y type color, everything we all look for in a highlight, but it is just an amazing overall highlight. This can be used for so many different things, like a lot of these highlights can, but I like to use this as a brow highlight sometimes, the inner corner of the eye highlight, and it's just an amazing, gorgeous, pretty vanilla-y yellow highlighter. And Cindy Luminizer is just, it's a really pretty different take on a highlighter. A lot of people will actually only talk about the Mary one, but the Cindy one is really pretty and nice. I'm going to try to show this to you guys as best as I can because it is broken. So, but it's got kind of a little, it's a peachy type tone blush, so I think if you're someone who's kind of fair to light, this is something you definitely want to stay away from. You're going to look like somebody hit you and bruised you. But if you've got a slight tan, you're tan, medium, and dark and deep, this is going to be great because it's just going to give you a little tint of color. Kind of the same with the Pink Quarks from Bobbi Brown. It's pink obviously, but it's just really pretty when you actually put it on the skin. Both of these really do pick up the light and just, you just look great. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out The Balm. I actually had to repurchase mine because I lost them. I'm so bad at losing things, but I actually found these on HauteLook for a really, really, really good price. So another favorite of mine that is probably one of the most universal highlighters. Everybody knows about it. If you're a makeup enthusiast, you've heard about this highlighter, and that is NARS Albatross. So this one here, I seriously did not own this one for a very, very long time, and the reason being is because when you look at it, it looks like it's stark white, and being someone who is a woman of color, putting white on your face, it's not going to look great. But I swatched it, was very hesitant, and actually had one of my friends kind of, you know, bully me into purchasing it, but I had finally decided to take a try on it, and I am in love. It's a little bit kind of intimidating in the package. Like I said, it does look white, but it is probably one of the most universal types of highlighters. Anyone who is super fairly light to even very dark skin can actually get away with this. It's really about application, and I think that I can say that with all highlighters, all highlighters, it's really all about how you apply. You don't want to put too much because you're going to look like someone just threw fairy dust on your face, but you want to just do enough where you're going to get that kind of inner glow, which we're all looking for. So another highlighter that has been probably one of my newest favorites, it was one of those things that I don't really care to talk about, or I don't mention to clients and friends and things, which is so weird because I really do love it. It is, and I've got the little tiny size. This is the Benefits Watts Up highlighter. Amazing. I think the reason why I don't tend to show this to people or mention it to people or recommend it to people is because I've never been a fan of a cream highlighter. The thing about this highlighter, it is everything. It is the perfect shade of kind of a champagne-y color. So universal. So many different skin tones are going to get away with this, and it is absolutely amazing. Next two highlighters are actually not your conventional highlighters. The reason being is because they're actually eyeshadows, but I love to apply these two colors actually on the tops of my cheeks. Number one would be from MAC. This is Time and Space, which is a frost eyeshadow. It's from, I can't remember what collection this one was from. I think it was like something Dimensions collection so long ago, but I did not want to include this because I don't think this color is easily accessible to get, but I couldn't because I always get so many compliments when I'm wearing this color. And another one is actually from Urban Decay, and the color is Sin, which is this lighter color of this particular duo of the Sin and Mushroom, and they're just both amazing. This one is more kind of a buttery, you know, tinted gold. This one's a little bit more of a shimmer champagne, kind of silver-ish, so something that if you want to wear it at night and look very highlighted, this one is like right up your alley. One of the lessons that I've actually learned is that you don't have to use conventional things for your highlighter. You can use very unconventional things. So if you've got a eyeshadow that you really love, you can definitely pop that on the tops of your cheeks and create it as a highlight. And that's what I've kind of learned through, you know, improvising. If I forgot something on a job, or if I'm doing a friend's makeup or something like that and I forgot it, like what else can I use in replace of that? And that's just kind of innovative thinking. So definitely, if you are a person who doesn't have a lot of highlighters, but let's say you have a lot of eyeshadows, dip into your eyeshadow collection and see what you have that actually can be a highlight. My last set of highlighters actually should be no surprise. They are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I currently have one in the original pot, and then I actually have purchased the palette. The favorites that I absolutely love are obviously is Luminous Light. This one looks very intimidating, especially if you are someone who's a little bit darker. About my even medium to deep skin tone, you're definitely going to be a little bit like, ugh, I don't know about this. But the difference between the Hourglass powders in comparison to other highlighters is actually these are not your typical highlighters. When I decided to do this video, I was really hesitant to actually include these because they're not highlighters. But what they do is actually bring kind of the light from within, or give you that light from within kind of look in your face, very youthful, very glowy. So I figured we can throw those in there because I actually do apply these a lot to the tops of the cheeks, and it's a very natural finish. So if you're a person who is really into natural makeup or not a lot of makeup, but you like that look of a natural glow, these are going to be your absolute best friends. So the first one obviously is Luminous Light. It's this very champagne-y toned color. So amazing. And the things about these is that the swatches are going to look a little funny because actually they're supposed to go on very sheer. So the swatch for this particular one doesn't really show up like a true highlight, but it does give a nice little sheen to the skin, and that's why I said that these are not your typical highlighters, but I did want to include these in this video because they do highlight. So that's a little tricky to explain. But my favorite color I love is actually from the palette. The palette itself allows you 3 different types of the ambient lighting powders, whereas if you buy the individuals, obviously you get a bigger size, but you only get one color. But the color that I absolutely love is Radiant Light. I've been using Radiant Light probably on myself since I got the palette, and I really would say that this is going to be someone who has a slight tan, even to very deep skins, best friend. These are all of my current favorite highlighters at the moment right now. I did not include some of my MAC ones because I feel like that is just so redundant. But if you guys are on Makeup Social app, which is unfortunately only available on the iPhone right now, make sure that you guys follow me. I did post a video kind of asking, not a video, but a response I post asking those on the site kind of what their holy grail highlighter is. A couple of people, I'm just going to read some of them. Soft and Gentle. Another one which I'm trying to get my hands on is the Becca Shimmering Perfector Skin. This one they said in Topaz, but I'm looking for Opal because I like a highlight. Another one says Hush from MAC, which is a cream that they use, and then Soft and Gentle. NARS Albatross, Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. This one actually gave me the idea about Tiki, and I went in the store and saw it from the Hard Candy. Another one, Mary Luminizer. So some of these are actually repetitive, so I'm kind of excited to see what you guys actually like as your favorite highlighters. If it's one that I included, go ahead and put those down in the comments. If it's something that I did not include or I possibly would love or you would think that I would love, put those down in the comments for me. But I also do, before I wrap this video up, want to mention a couple of ways of how I actually apply a highlighter. And two methods that I really love is actually a fan brush and a highlighter brush. So the fan brush, I feel, is just a really luxurious way to apply a highlight. I'm probably going to look really, really highlighted right now because I just applied some earlier. But you just dip into your product. I always take some and tap off, and then I just put it at the tops of the cheeks and kind of fan back and forth. And then to get kind of that C highlight, I'll take some here and go that way, and good to go. I also do like to take some and highlight at the Cupid's bow, a little on the chin, a little bit on the nose, and a little bit on the center of the forehead, not too much. So most of the pigmentation is actually going to be at the tops of the cheeks. Same thing as if I was using a tapered highlighter. I pick up the product, and then I would just kind of go back and forth a little bit, and then a little bit on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, a little bit there, a little bit there. So these are actually my two favorite methods to apply a highlight. So this brush here is the F25 from Sigma, and this one is from Crown Brush. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm happy that I was able to share them with you. If you guys have any questions or comments, always leave those down in the comments below. I will answer you back as always. I try to answer all my comments. If you guys have a favorite highlighter that you guys like that I did not include in the video, even if it did, put it down in the comments because I want to hear from you guys. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gents, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Don't forget to check out my latest videos.